If you're just getting started as a prepper, the task may seem really daunting to get stocked up. Well, I'm going to give you my tips for 15 items I think as a new prepper you should buy and stockpile every time you go to Walmart. Let's check it out. All right, welcome back. So these aren't in any particular order, and like I said, you don't have to buy every single item every time you go, but maybe one or two items, or maybe one item, or maybe you keep a list and go, how am I doing on pasta? Oh yeah, I need to get more pasta. So you do that way, and you'll find you'll build up a large stockpile. Like I said, when I first started prepping, and this had to be 1998, I was going to a grocery outlet discount place, and I budgeted $20 a week. That's all we could afford. And I put that stuff in a separate spot on the cart. Sometimes I took a cardboard box and kept it in a cardboard box, and I ended up with quite a bit of preps in the long term. So it is possible to stock up. Now, the hour is getting late, okay? I'm telling you, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world, and we definitely need to start thinking about getting things moving quicker. So if you do come into some extra money, hey, by all means, let's get it into prepping. Let's get you a stockpile of supplies that you'll need. But we're going to talk about the 15 items I feel that you should buy every time you go to Walmart. All right, let's start off with number one. Like I said, they're not in any order, and that is seeds. Make sure they are non-hybrid seeds. You want to be able to reproduce from the seed of the plant or fruit itself. So definitely check out seeds. They're very affordable. Right now it's kind of hard because Walmart's turned their usual outdoor area into like Christmas cavalcade, and it's impossible to find anything, but they are there. So every time you shop, always look for seeds. And it doesn't have to be Walmart. You could do this all in one shopping trip at a bunch of different stores. Next up, water. Now I happen to be very lucky at my Walmart. They not only sell the containers, the 2-gallon and 5-gallon containers, but they also sell the water itself. So you can buy the container, fill it with water, take it up front, pay for it. It is a vending machine, so you'll need change to actually get the water out of the machine. But you can get water. You can also get cases of water. This is really a representation. It doesn't have to be this particular one. You can get a couple cases of water to start off with. I don't recommend bottled water for long term because the bottles break down, but it's a good start. Now, next up, matches and lighters. Now, matches, you're probably not going to find in Walmart unless they're those big, lighting a campfire type matches. But lighters, definitely. Yeah, we all love our ferro rods and our friction fire methods and all that. But let's face it, the fastest way to start a fire in an emergency is a lighter. And if you need to get a fire going for cooking or for warmth, you're going to want one of those. Matches, too. Don't forget to keep some matches around the house. They're very, very handy. Also, too, if you can find them in the prepper section or camping section, those fireproof underwater flammable matches, those things are awesome. I even forget who makes them. We've tested them on the channel. I totally forget who makes them, but those things are great, and they will light a fire even soaking wet. I've actually lit one and held it underwater, and it's burned. All right, number 4. Now, I'm kind of in the way here, but I'm going to show you. Over-the-counter medication. We all remember during the pandemic how hard it was to find that stuff. And I do have some toothpaste down there, too, because that kind of goes along with personal hygiene items. But over-the-counter meds, especially your cough, cold, and flu meds, those seem to disappear very quickly, especially around flu season. Don't forget your stool softener, anti-diarrhea, your pain meds, whatever you can get over the counter, definitely stock up on that. All right, number 5, charcoal and lighter fluid. Back there too. If you have a charcoal grill. Again, if you don't have a charcoal grill, you don't want to stock up on charcoal and lighter fluid. However, it is a good idea to at least have 1 or 2 bags of it, because in your smaller little camp stoves, you can use charcoal. There's no law saying you can't use charcoal in a smaller camp stove. So definitely charcoal and some lighter fluid. Now this happens to be instant lighting lighter fluid. It's already got the lighter fluid in. If you ever opened a bag of this, it feels like you just inhaled that entire bottle of lighter fluid. But you get what I'm saying. If you want to just buy that, that's fine too. But you definitely want that. All right, number 6. Now, I hate to tell you this, but this isn't from Walmart. This is actually from the dollar store. But it is, again, a representation because I didn't want to bring out a big 20-pound bag of rice. Rice is easy to buy. You can buy it in 2-pound packs at Walmart. It's cheap. You can pack it up, save it up, and when you get enough, you can put it in a bigger Mylar bag. But for now, you start stocking it. And that's an easy little thing. Let's say you throw in some, well, also beans are on there, and these are lentils I've packed up. Let's say you grab you're shopping and you got a budget, right? And all you can afford that week is a couple bags of rice and a couple things of beans. You're far along than most people. So definitely rice and beans. Next up is going to be vinegar. Now, it's kind of weird, you know. I find vinegar to be handy for some cleaning things, although they really tend to go overboard. And it's like, put vinegar on your clothing to bleach it. That's not going to work. But vinegar does work very well for a lot of things, and you're going to need it for cleaning. You're going to need it for, if you got a coffee machine, I clean the coffee machine out with it. But it's definitely a handy thing to have, and you want to stock up on it, and it's still affordable. I believe I actually bought this yesterday for this video because I was out, and I didn't want to go into where I have it in my storeroom is all the way in back, and I didn't want to pull everything out to get to it. So I bought this, and I think it was $2.49, so it's not bad. It's still affordable. All right, number 9, oatmeal. I'll kind of make a path there so you can see it. Instant oatmeal, regular oatmeal, any kind of oatmeal. It's affordable, it's easy to find there, and you can stock it up, and it's got a pretty decent shelf life. I've eaten it at least 5 to 6 years after having it out on my counter. So definitely oatmeal is a good thing to pick up, and it's an awesome little breakfast, and it really fills you up. So definitely grab that. Next up, number 10 is oil. Okay. Now I have over here, let's dig it out the back, vegetable oil, I have olive oil, I stock a bunch of different oils, even coconut oil. I have different uses for different things. I find vegetable oil is even handy for, you know, lubricating things. You know, if you want to lubricate a cutting board or clean things up. Now I know there'll be people out there screaming that that's poison and toxic and all that. Well, if it is, it hasn't killed me yet. But I do tend to use a lot of olive oil. So oil is definitely important, and again, still pretty affordable. All right, we want to talk about next, number 11, salt and seasonings. I have some seasonings here. Okay, these are ones that I use out here in the channel. However, salt and seasonings are very, very important long term. Stuff's going to get awfully boring if you don't have some way to kind of spice it up. You know, I always used to laugh with people that say, I told people I love MREs as long as they have a little thing of hot sauce in them. The little bit of flavor here and there tends to add a little bit to something, and it kind of beats food fatigue if you're eating the same thing over and over again. All right, number 12, flour. You guys saw me pack this one when I did my sealer with the Wallaby Mylar. And if you are interested in Wallaby Mylar bags, I do have a link down below. They have the sealers, they have the bags, the electric sealers, awesome stuff. But definitely flour. Flour, again, still affordable, can be bought in smaller packages. You don't have to buy the big 50-pound bag, you know. You can buy a little 2-pound bag. Keep buying it every time you go, you know, for $2 or $3 here and there. When you've got enough, then you can seal it up into this bag or even a bigger bag. All right, number 13, pasta or noodles. Let me tell you something. My pasta shelf yesterday at Walmart was completely empty, except for the Barilla stuff. All the other pasta was gone. We seem to be having that shortage over and over again, where pasta seems to run out in our stores, even in the other stores. You know, we have a Albertsons and we have a Smith's, and they're out too. They're very, very low or almost out. So you definitely want to grab some pasta and noodles every time you go when you see it. If it's out, of course, you can't buy it. But if it's there, definitely pick it up. All right, number 14, and this was a big one last time. Toilet paper, personal hygiene items, paper products, paper towels. Okay, I have the crest down there for personal hygiene. Deodorants, things like that. Not super expensive, easy to just toss in your cart, couple bucks here and there, okay? And like I said, you don't have to buy all this every time you go. Maybe you just want to go, oh, you know what, I want to pick up some lentils and some vinegar today. Or next week you go, and you know what, I'm going to get an extra thing of Dayquil or NyQuil or whatever. You don't have to buy it all, but it will add up. Now, another thing I'll tell you to do too, before we get to the last item, is store your medicines and your hygiene items and stuff in a separate box, bag, container, shelf, whatever, then you store your food. That way you can find them. If you pile all this stuff in together like this, and somebody's coughing really bad, and you run to the bedroom, you know, your storeroom or wherever, and you want to find your Dayquil or your NyQuil, or you need an Aleve, whatever, and it's buried under the lentils, and it's going to be a mess. Organize your preps as you get them. Put them away in the right place. Even if it's just 2 cardboard boxes. That's how I started. I had 2 cardboard boxes in my closet. Big ones. And the first aid stuff and medical and medicine stuff went over in one. And the other stuff went over in the other. And that was how I did it. So definitely a good way to organize things up. Lastly, now this one's going to hurt a little bit more as far as buying it every time. but meat. You'll see over here I have some ground beef. I have some pork loin filet. These are excellent deals. This was $4.76. Okay, that's like 4 meals, all right, right there. That's a pretty big pork loin. Unless you don't like pork. I know there's some people that don't eat it. Sorry. Ground beef. Again, this used to be, I want to say $2.49. Now this is like the cheapest ground beef, and it's like $3 something. So it has gone up in price, but it's still affordable. And every time you go, I mean, every time I go, I pick up a thing of ground beef. I know my freezer has a ton of it. But because last time during the pandemic and in previous times when things have run low here from storms or whatever, ground beef seems to always disappear quick. If your budget allows it, hey, buy yourself a couple of steaks, put them in your fridge. Excellent morale boost. You know, things are going bad, all things are going to heck, and hey, you got a filet mignon in there. So those are 15 things that I think you should buy in Stockpile from Walmart. Again, you can use any store you want. I just find Walmart to be a little easier because I can go in there and I can get meds, charcoal, and my food. You know what I mean? It's got a whole lot of a wider variety. If you shop somewhere different or you hate Walmart, hey, that's fine. You know, just go to 2 different stores or 3 different stores. But definitely, this is a good way to get started a little bit at a time, and before you know it, you'll have a huge stockpile built up. So that's the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out our links down below. We have our Jace Medical link. If you guys are interested in getting antibiotics right now, and with the amoxicillin shortage and with other shortages we're seeing because China makes a lot of our antibiotics, they have stocked up and they are ready to serve you. All you need to do is go online, pay for your Jace case, get an online consultation with a doctor, and they will prescribe to you the correct antibiotics you will need in a disaster or emergency. They will come to your door legally with your name on the bottles. This isn't buying, you know, I always like to say it's not buying it off some Russian website with Bitcoin. You actually know what you're getting. You're getting real stuff made here, brought over to you, sent to your door. So check them out as well. Don't forget our Amazon affiliate store. If you like the gear that I use in the channel, a lot of different little gear here and there, I have all that in my Amazon store. Below that is our freeze-dried wholesaler link. Now that link will save you 15%. just for clicking it. So definitely check out Freeze-Dried Wholesalers. Below that, My Patriot Supply. Our My Patriot Supply link is preparewithiridium.com. Preparewithiridium.com. We have a bunch of deals on food right now. If you have absolutely nothing and you have the funds to do it, we have a 3-month kit that's got $250 off this month. It was affordable to begin with. Now it's really affordable. 3 months worth of food. I think it's like 128 pounds, 6 buckets. It's a bunch of stuff, but it's a good way to kickstart your preps if you've got the funds. There's also tons of other stuff from My Patriot Supply, as well as a 4-week kit that has $50 off. So check them out as well. Lastly, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. If you want to get stocked up on freeze-dried food, check them out. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Hope you have an awesome day. Stay safe and stay prepared.